Hi friends, today I would like to focus on regulating. So regulating our emotions, regulating our schedules, regulating our breath, and using all of that to stay in a place where we can interact instead of react in relationship with ourselves and with others. So today's class is going to focus on moving through familiar postures. Of course, I will offer modifications and anything else that may be beneficial for you to really be able to feel nourished by this practice. But I'm also going to really slow things down. So you're going to find a little bit of a difference between this class and prior offerings. In fact, when I normally teach a class, I will invite you to stay in a posture maybe 3 to 5 breaths. Today, I plan on elongating that length of time just a little bit more. So whereas we may have only stayed 3 to 5, we may stay more like 5 to 7 or maybe even 8 breaths. So this is the class for you when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling anxious, when you need to slow down, but you don't know how to hold that container for yourself. Or maybe you do know how to hold the container for yourself, and this is it, right? This is it, stepping onto your mat, spending some time with me, and enjoying this sacred space that we create together. So I invite you to have a couple of blocks available, and definitely your trusty blanket or beach towel, small pillow off the couch if that's better for your body. Go grab what you need and meet me right here on the mat. All right, sweet friends. So today's class is called Regulate, and we are going to regulate the breath. We're going to regulate how we move the body, and we're going to tell ourselves when that negative self-talk comes up of, I cannot do this for 5 more breaths, or I don't want to do this for 5 more breaths. I bet you can. I'll bet you can breathe right through it. And then we can take that tool and use it off the mat as well. So I'm going to invite you to go ahead and find your comfortable seat. Let that tailbone hang right off the front of your trusty blanket. Ripple up through the length of the spine and then intentionally relax through the legs. A tension will hold there, so just relax where you can. And if your comfortable seat doesn't look like mine, totally fine. Do what feels best in your body, but find the length through the spine. Let the hands come and rest on the lap, crown of the head up towards the sky, and then you can close the eyes or have that soft gaze. So just go ahead and bring some awareness to all of the sounds around you that could be considered distractions, or maybe they feel and sound really nice. Maybe where you are, there's some birds singing, using their voices, spreading a little joy. And scan the body for anywhere where you might still be holding any tension. So maybe in the legs, maybe in the back of the neck. How is the chin placed? Keep it parallel to the shoulders. You don't have to change anything about your breath yet. You're just being right here in this moment. And go ahead and tap into the feel of the air on your skin, the way the feel of your clothes against your body, the feel of your body connected to the mat, your mat connected to the earth, rooted deep. And allow yourself to go ahead and tune in to how it feels to know that you are completely supported in this moment. How does that change the depth and the quality of your breath? And allow it to deepen here. And keeping the breath in and out through the nose. And how does it feel when you take up all of that space with fresh air into your lungs, into the belly, and into the heart? And let the breath grow deeper. Give it 2 more rounds. Beautiful. Take an inhale through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. Notice how you're feeling in your body right here, right now. Notice if the upper body began to tilt forward just a little bit. Root that tailbone into the blanket. One more breath. Take an inhale. And exhale slowly. Let the eyes flutter back open. Beautiful. Take your hands and let them rest right behind you. We're going to use those little Spider-Man fingers. So you're just going to lean back just enough where you're feeling supported with this tripod on either side. Connecting the hips is that third point. Press the tailbone into the floor. Reach up through the crown of the head. And then shine the heart forward. Bring the chin back in space. Breathe. Let those shoulder blades kiss. Nice big inhale. And slowly dip the chin down towards the chest, deepening that stretch to the back of the neck. Nice and gentle with yourself. Relax the jaw. Give it one more breath. There's a big arch in the tailbone. So I'm going to invite you from here to keep the chin down towards the chest. Start to roll the shoulders forward. And then slowly let those Spider-Man fingers become fingertips, just kind of washing along the floor. Take an inhale. Reach all the way up towards the sky. And then exhale to settle the shoulders and bring the gaze back forward. Take this left hand, reach over for this right wrist, and pull the hands away from you, letting the shoulders reach up towards the sky, stretch through the belly. One more. Inhale. Exhale, settle those shoulders, and then slowly start to tilt over to the left just a little bit, feeling a stretch to that right side body. Tuck that tailbone in. Beautiful. Inhale, both arms up over your head. And then exhale, let them spiral nice and big. Find those Spider-Man fingers behind you. Slowly ripple up towards the sky with the spine. Reach the crown of the head back just a little bit. Heart comes forward, shoulder blades together. Big arch in the back. One more breath. Dip the chin down towards the chest. And slowly start to give yourself that slow roll forward, inhaling. Fingertips wash the ground right below you, and then reach up towards the sky. And exhale, settle those shoulders. Beautiful. We're going to reach this right hand over for the left wrist. Take an inhale, reach fingertips up, stretch, stretch, stretch. Press the tailbone down, breathe. Inhale. Exhale, settle those shoulders, and then just a gentle over to the right. Stretching through that left side body. What's down there at the hip for you? What's showing up in the neck? Beautiful. Inhale back up towards the sky. And then exhale, let those hands come and rest gently on the lap. Bow the chin down towards the chest. Send the shoulder blades back together. Breathe in and out, 4 breaths. In and out through the nose. Regulating that exhale all the way down, out through the deep low belly. Regulating the inhale all the way up to the collarbones. 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. Take an inhale, and you're going to lift the head Back up towards me. As you do, let the shoulders roll all the way up towards the ears. And then let them roll back down towards the mat. Elbows reach down towards the mat. Roll those shoulders up to the ears one more time. And then exhale, roll the shoulder blades together. Elbows down towards the floor. Bring those shoulders back to neutral. Beautiful. Make sure that you feel nice and connected through the tailbone. And then you've tucked the tailbone in, so there's a little engagement through the low body. Bring the arms out, fingertips on either side. Take an inhale, wash over to the left, right hand tips outside of left knee. Exhale over to the other side. Gentle twist here. Inhale, tap right hand to left knee. Exhale, left hand taps right knee. Continuing to move. Notice where the breath feels constricted and where you can let that breath travel in and out of the body. And give it one more either side. Beautiful. Slowly make your way back into the center. Give yourself that nice big deep inhale through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. Beautiful. From here, we're going to extend the left leg long in front. Good. You're going to bend this right knee. Let that right foot come right into the inside of that left thigh. I'm actually going to come down off my blanket. And then notice if this left hip is forward more than the right. So Spider-Man fingers once again, you're going to send this left hip back in space just a little bit, feeling that stretch through that left hamstring. Reach the crown of the head up towards the sky. Spider-Man fingers either side of that left leg and the right leg. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, give yourself a little fold forward. Let those fingertips come down either side of that left foot. And then flex through this left foot. Really find some length through the back of the neck as well. Breathe. Relax any tension in the legs. And give it 3 more breaths. Notice what happens on those exhales. You either go lower, you stay right where you are, or your body told you went too far and you need to come out just a little bit. Last breath. Beautiful. Use those hands. Walk yourself all the way back up. Let's change legs. Right leg extends long. Left sole of the foot inside of that right thigh. And then Spider-Man fingers lift up just enough. Send this right hip back in space. Spider-Man fingers either side of the hips. Inhale, reach everything up. Exhale, lunge forward or lean forward, hinging at the hips. And then let those hands come down on either side of that right leg. Reach the crown of the head away. It was 6 breaths, nice and deep in and out through the nose. Right foot is flexed. Stay with the breath here. Start to walk those hands up towards you. Beautiful. All right. We're going to go ahead and come all the way down onto our bellies. And then we're going to find Spider-Man fingers with elbows up towards the sky. And with the belly connected to the floor, I want you to release the tops of the feet down towards the mat and then release through the booty. So the booty wants to be engaged here, but we're actually lengthening and strengthening the low back. So we're not trying to use the glutes here. Elbows up towards the sky. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, wave it down. Find a little flow here. Nice big deep breaths. Give it 2 more. Beautiful. Lowering down on that exhale. Hands come under the shoulders. Press up, send the hips back. Here's a child's pose. Reach those arms long. Let the elbows bend. Let the upper body just roll over the thighs. If you can't let your forehead reach all the way down to the mat, bend the elbows so that the hands come in, and then stack your forehead right on the base of the palm. Breathe in and out 4 more breaths. And child's pose stretches through the low back. It's a gentle way to get into the hips. You can spread the knees wide if you need that extra space. It can feel amazing. Give it 2 more. Stay in your child's pose until that exhale fully releases. And then we're going to meet together in a table. So once you come to this table, make sure that you feel nice and stable with the knees under the hips. Press those hands into the floor. Make sure the fingers are spread nice and wide. You're going to take an inhale, send the right leg back behind you, and then step it through. So you got hands, Spider-Man fingers on either side of that right foot. Make sure the right heel is right under the right knee. Take an inhale, rise up. You could put your blanket under your knee if you need to. So you're going to rise up here and then settle those shoulders. Press that left knee into the mat and bring the pelvis forward, finding that stretch through the quad. Hold it here 4 breaths. Left glute's turned on there. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, lower those hands down. Curl your left toes and lift the hips. Come to wherever you are into a forward fold. Big bend in the knees. Torso rests on the thighs. Inhale, halfway long spine. Exhale, release. Inhale here. Take an inhale halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale here. Exhale, slow rise. Slow rise. Give yourself a moment once you get there to find your mountain. Feel the feet connect to the mat. Ripple up through the spine. Feel grounded right here. Give yourself a couple of breaths. In and out through the nose. Take an inhale, reach the arms and the gaze up. And then exhale, bring those palms down in front of your heart. Bow chin to chest. In and out through the nose. One more time. Take an inhale, rise up. And exhale, give yourself that forward fold. Go ahead and step that right leg long down the mat and then let the right knee come to the mat. Check that that left heel is right under the left knee, and then we're going to rise up. Find that kneeling crescent. Press the right knee into the floor, engage through the pelvis. Hold it here, 4 breaths. Beautiful. Slowly lower down. Curl those right toes, lift the hips, come back into that forward fold wherever you land. Forward fold. Let's take an inhale, halfway along spine. And the exhale, slow release. Inhale here. Exhale, slow rise, finding your mountain, rippling up through the feet. Adjust the feet, find the connection to the floor, rippling up through the spine. Give it 3 breaths. One more. Take an inhale, arms and gaze rise. And exhale, bring those palms together, bow chin down towards your chest. This is 4 more breaths. Regulate the need to move here, breathe. Stay with the breath. In and out through the nose. Inhale, send the arms and the gaze up. Send the hips forward, bending back. Try not to lock the knees, but engage through the glutes. Hold it here, 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, palms come down in front of the heart. Find a soft focal point in front of you. Let weight go over to that left foot. Take an inhale, lift this right knee up towards your belly, and then step that right foot back. So both feet are placed facing towards the top of your mat. We're not worried if we're at the top of our mat. We just came up wherever we were. Hands are in front of the heart. Ripple up awareness from the soles of the feet all the way to the crown of the head, and then take an inhale. Reach those fingertips back up, feeling the weight in the back of your feet. You've got a little balance going on here. 3 breaths. And bring those hands down in front of the heart. Send the crown of the head towards the sky. Inhale. And then exhale, we're going to fold halfway. There's a stretch through that left groin, left hamstring. Reach the crown away. Breathe. Inhale, bend that left knee, come back up. Straighten through the left leg. Beautiful. Start to turn on the left foot, turn on the right foot. We're going to spin all the way to the other side of the mat. Opposite leg is forward. Reach through the crown of the head. Take an inhale. Reach arms and gaze up. 3 breaths. And feel grounded through that left foot. Inhale, hands come back in front of the heart. Crown reaches towards the sky. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold halfway. Reach the crown of the way. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Two more. Bend the right knee, come back up, straighten through that right leg. Come onto the balls of the feet so you come towards the long edge of your mat. Ripple awareness through the feet. Reach up through the crown of the head. 2 breaths. And take an inhale, arms and gaze, rise. Exhale, give yourself a forward fold. Let everything go here. Bend in the knees to protect the low back. Head hangs heavy. Breathe in and out. 4 breaths. Beautiful. Let the feet go just a little bit wider. Sink down 4 more breaths. Press your hands or Spider-Man fingers into the floor. You're going to go ahead and walk your hands forward. You're going to come into a wide leg plank. Hold it here, 5 breaths. Reaching the crown away. Nice and deep. And start to send the hips back. Really wide leg down dog there. Walk yourself back into stillness in the center. And then you're going to spend the next 10 breaths doing ninja lunges side to side. So inhale to one side. Exhale through center. And go over to the opposite side. 9 more breaths. Nice and deep. Nice and slow. Four more breaths. Last one. Beautiful. Come back into stillness. We're going to walk back into that wide leg plank. And you could lower knees if you need to, but let the booty sink down just a little bit. 5 breaths. Breathe through it. At the end of your last exhale, don't shortchange yourself. Walk those hands back towards center. Bend the knees. Take an inhale. Exhale, slow rise. Wide leg mountain. Beautiful. Give yourself a second to readjust here. Feeling the connection of the feet to the earth. Hands can just be down by the thighs. Reach the crown of the head up. Stretch through the collarbone. And then we're going to lift these hands out into a T. Turn on that left heel. We're back towards the top of our mat. Warrior 2. And think about the placement of the knee over the heel, making sure that the knee doesn't come in or out. Squeeze the inside of that left thigh and engage this right glute, keeping this right hip back in line with the left. Breathe. Breathe through it. Holding it 2 more. Beautiful. Turn those palms up, straighten through the left leg. Reach up towards the sky. Bring the hands together. Spin on that left heel. You're towards the long edge of your mat. Bring hands down to the heart, chin to chest. Breathe. Soften the knees here. Notice the energy rising up through your body. And how does it feel differently with these legs spread further apart to be able to feel grounded and supported? Take an inhale, arms and gaze rise. And then exhale, head comes back towards center where you can see me, and those arms are towards the long edge. So we've got this T going on. Spin on the right heel. You're going to be going towards the back of your mat. Warrior 2, we held that 8 breaths. Squeeze the inside of that right leg. Keep that knee over the ankle. 5. Nice and deep. Listen to your thoughts here and tell yourself you can do it 2 more breaths. And after you let that exhale completely go, palms come up, inhale, straighten through the right leg, back to the long edge of the mat. Hands come together down in front of the heart. Close the eyes. Find the connection with your feet to the floor. Breathe. And soften where you can. And regulate the breath by taking nice big deep inhales and exhales. 1 more. Beautiful. Extend those arms so the hands can come down next to the thighs. I want you to start thinking about this next posture as one big inhale, and then when you get there and settle into it with strength, that's where the exhale shows up. So I'll show you and then we'll do it together. I'm going to start to inhale and really start to engage. Soles of the feet press into the mat. My kneecaps lift. My glutes and my quads are engaged. The pelvis tucks in. And then as this strength and awareness ripples up through the upper body, I'm going to reach my arms up towards the sky, keeping flexibility and strength all the way into those fingertips. And then settle the shoulders on the exhale for 5-pointed star. So let's do that together. Just feeling the connection of the feet to the mat. Here we go. Nice big inhale. Start to engage. Strengthen through your whole body. Use the inhale. And then exhale. Let the eyes close. You're going to stay here 7 breaths. Everything's engaged. Breathe. Don't let go. 3 more breaths. Last one. Let the breath go. Let everything soften. Bring the hands in front of your heart. Start to shimmy those feet back together. You're going to end up towards the center of the mat. Turn and face the top of the mat. Close the eyes again. Ripple up that awareness. Bow chin to chest. Give yourself 4 breaths. Let the kneecaps soften. Knees soften. Regulate the inhales and the exhales. Take an inhale, arms and gaze rise. And the exhale, give yourself that forward fold. Now we haven't done our little side to side sway, so give it to yourself here. And as with everything else, there are more breaths to savor and feel connected right here. So keep as big of a bend as you need in the knees to protect the low back. The upper body is just rolling over the thighs. And if the hands don't make it to the floor, find the Spider-Man fingers or find blocks for your hands to feel grounded so that you can sway like a willow tree. And we're going to go 3 more. Beautiful. Coming back to stillness. Go ahead and walk hands forward, feet back. We're going to meet in our down dog. So it's actually our first down dog. So take some time here. Whereas we might normally spend 5 or 6 breaths, this one is going to be 10. So really give yourself your down dog. Breath connected to movement here, feeling into the low back body. Head hangs heavy, gaze towards the knees if you've chosen to keep the eyes open.
3 more breaths. And bend your knees quite a bit and let your body ripple into a plank or kneeling plank. This is 5 breaths. Nice and deep. Give it 1 more. And drop those knees. Bring the knees wide towards the outside edges of the mat. Let the feet come to the top of the mat, tops of the feet to the top of the mat. Sink down. Let's spend 7 breaths resting here in this child's pose. Allowing ourselves opportunities to stop and regulate. Just stay with the breath. Give it 2 more. Beautiful. Slowly make your way back into your table and bring those knees under the hips. Make sure that the knees are under the hips. Sometimes we have the knees a little bit further back. And make sure you're strong through both of those arms. You're going to walk that left hand in a little bit more towards center where the back of the palm is centered with your nose right over it. Take an inhale, send this right arm forward, gaze towards that right thumb. Bring body weight to that right knee, and then when you feel stable, send the left leg back, flex the left foot. Breathe. You got 3 more. So you might be shaking, having a hard time holding your balance. Do it. You got 1 more breath. Beautiful. Bring that right hand down, left knee in, and then wiggle those hips. Let that left hand come back under the left shoulder. Wiggle the hips side to side. Coming back into stillness, walking this right hand in towards center just a bit. And then you're going to bring that right knee nice and stable onto the mat. The left knee. Send this left arm forward. Gaze towards that left thumb. And then send the right leg back. So strong through the left knee rather. And then you're going to just flex that right foot. We held this 8 breaths. And see if you can release the jaw. And press that breath all the way out. 6 more. Nice and deep breath. 3 more. Beautiful. Bring that left hand down. Bring the right hand back under the right shoulder. Right knee drops down. Sway those hips. Big deep breath in and out through the nose. All right, send the hips back. Let the arms come long where they're the length of your lower legs. Shoulders drop down towards the floor. Head comes to the mat. Breathe. Relax fully like a big old pile of nothing and let everything go. Give it 3 more breaths. Beautiful. Slowly let that whole exhale go and then bring yourself up. If you have blocks, this might be helpful. And you might even want a blanket under your knees. But I'm going to take my blocks and put them right at my feet. And we're going to do that same thing that we started with where we opened like this. So the blocks under your hands might feel nice. So you can bring them to whatever setting that you need. I think I'm on a medium here. And then just let yourself ripple up. So keep the tailbone pressing down towards the heels. Ripple up through the crown of the head and then let the heart move forward. Maybe you walk the hands back and lift the chin up towards the sky. Breathe. Relax the legs. Last 2. Inhale. And exhale, bring the chin back down towards the chest. Move the blocks out of the way and bring yourself back to your table. Once you get there, bring the toes to the mat. In other words, curl them and then lift the hips. Down dog. Give yourself 7 breaths here. Regulate the breath. Beautiful. You're going to walk your feet up towards your hands and then let the feet come outside of the hands. And having a block here might be nice. I'm going to move my block just so you can see my feet. So once you come into this wide leg forward fold where the outside edges of your feet are even with the outside edges of your mat and your hands are in between, even if you're on Spider-Man hands, you're going to spin on those heels so that the feet, the toes go away from you. And then slowly start to bend the knees down. We're coming into a Malasana Squat. Make any changes that you need. And this is where the block comes in handy. So if this really hurts, you could sit up and put that block just on the tallest setting and come to sit. Nice and supported. So bring those elbows inside the knees. Breathe here, reaching the crown of the head up towards the sky. So just a little opening through the hips. Compensating for how much we leave everything just seated, closed. Give it 1 more breath. All right, bring this left hand down to the floor or to your other block. You can even Spider-Man the fingers. Inhale, reach this right arm up towards the sky. Let the gaze follow that right thumb. Press that left elbow into the left thigh. Opening through that right shoulder. And holding it here 3 more breaths. If the squat is not available to your body, come down to a comfortable seat and modify the posture to fit where you are today. Last one. Beautiful. Right hand comes down. It comes to the block. Inhale, left arm goes up. Right elbow inside of that right thigh. Gaze towards that left thumb. See what's there. Just breathing in and out, regulating the breath. Noting the discomfort. Noting how you're feeling in this moment. Where you feel supported, where you hate it, where you love it. Notice all of it. And breathe. Beautiful. Slowly lower this left hand. Now I'm going to move the blocks out of the way and then just come back to a seat. And we're going to go right back where we started. I'm going to stay at an angle this time. So we're going to bend this right knee, right sole of the foot comes inside of that left leg. And then Spider-Man those fingers, lift this left hip, send it back just a bit. Reach through the crown of the head. Tailbone's connected to the mat. Inhale, arms rise. And then exhale, here's that hinge, folding forward. See where you are, reach the crown of the head away. We're going to spend 10 breaths. Listen to the exhales, it will tell you if it's too far. And if you didn't hinge at the hips and the low back is rounding, then come out and come back in, really letting the work come from the hips, lunging you forward. Breathe. Last breath. Savor it right here. One more. And then give yourself that slow walk up. Beautiful. Let's change sides. Right leg extends long. Left sole of the foot in towards the right thigh. And then just a little pick me up to bring that right hip back in line with the left. All right. Inhale, rise up. And exhale to forward fold. Reach the crown of the head away. Keep breathing. Keep tuning in. Give it 3 more breaths. And what do you love about it? What do you not like about it? And how are you breathing through it? Last one. Beautiful. Slowly start to walk yourself up. You can move your blocks out of the way. And you're going to bend your knees and bring them to the mat. So maybe take your arms and let them wrap right around your knees. Press the tailbone into the floor and reach through the crown of the head. Maybe just dip the chin in towards the chest. Or maybe if you want, you can give yourself a hug. And give it one more. Beautiful. Reach the crown back up towards the sky. Squeeze the inside of the legs together and send the arms out long. So then bring the shoulders in line with the upper body. That opens and starts to engage right there at the chest. So we're getting some strength right there as well. Take an inhale. Exhale. Slowly start to ripple the spine from the low back as you lower down all the way onto your back, vertebra by vertebra, making contact with the mat. Arms go back up over the head, all the way, reaching back behind. Elbows bend, fingertips come on either side of the neck, and then up and towards the chest. Start to give yourself a little rock side to side, just feeling into that goodness of the stretch and massage of the low back. Shoulder blades are nice and apart here. Breathing in and out. Might even feel good to circle the ankles.
Notice what is good. Regulate the inhales and the exhales. And give it one more breath. And beautiful. From here, I invite you to move into whatever Shavasana will look like for you today. So maybe the arms extend long, maybe the arms come down next to the legs with the palms up towards the sky. Really let yourself take up some space. Let the toes fall out to either side. Feet are completely relaxed. Stay with that breath, being regulated as it moves in and out of your body. And then allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to slowly bring some awareness back into this space. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle your wrists and your ankles. And allow yourself to give yourself a full body stretch, reaching the arms up over your head, pointing the toes, reaching the fingertips. And then roll on to your favorite side, bringing the knees up close to the belly, continuing to feel supported with the mat beneath you. As you're ready, I invite you to meet me back in a comfortable seat. We'll meet there together with our hands at our hearts, chins bowed down towards chest. Our quote for today is from Sharon Salzberg. It's so good. I've used it recently. It's so good. I wanted to use it again. It says, "You yourself, as much as anybody else in the entire universe, deserve your own love and affection. May you know kindness, and may you choose to be kind." Gratitude for practicing with me today, friends. Namaste.